Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a long-term review of my 2019 Kawasaki Z650 at the Palomar Mountain, overlooking Lake Henshaw in northwestern San Diego County. So a little bit about my riding history. I started riding in May of 2018 and purchased a second-hand 2013 Kawasaki Ninja 300. After 18 months and 4,000 miles, I traded in for my Z650 in December of 2019. I plan on keeping this bike for the long term because it is versatile and does what I wanted to do: short day trips and carving up the mountains. I will start with its styling. It's all blacked out beside the green frame. Its fluid and minimalistic design is all the rage these days. It is also characterized as a middleweight, naked sport bike. This particular segment is pretty popular currently. Since it's a naked sport bike, its ergonomics is very relaxed compared to a traditional sports bike like the Yamaha RX-6 and the Suzuki GSX-R 600. It's also very approachable. At an overwhelming stature of 5 foot 6 inches, I can almost fathom it. As you can see, my riding position is neutral. That way I can ride for a couple hours without getting fatigued. In addition, the foot pegs are directly under me, helping me control the bike in corners and enabling me to stand up to absorb bumps on the road. Unlike rear sets on traditional sports bikes, the foot pegs on the Z650 leave my legs plenty of room and strike a balance between performance and comfort. And now I'm going to introduce the bike from its head to its tail and my experience with them. Let's start with the front brake. It is a dual 300mm pedal style discs with 2 piston calipers from Nissan. My experience with it is that it is sufficient. For a bike you get for $7,000, the front brake from the factory works well and saved me from some hairy situations. But if you want high performance for this bike, you most definitely need to upgrade them. The headlight and the turn signals are halogen. In rare occasions in which I ride in the dark, I wish that it was a little bit brighter. The Z650 has a slip clutch. It means that the clutch lever is easy to operate and it is newbie friendly. As I mentioned previously, the front brake works well on the street. The brake lever has a meaty bite to it. It does get spongy if you work it hard. The instrument cluster is simple and gives you all the information you need. It's a speedometer, tachometer, gives you trip A, trip B information, fuel gauge, engine temperature, fuel level, and gear indicator. The bike does not come with a windscreen. I installed a Puig touring screen to minimize wind on my chest. The mirrors are large enough to provide vision beside me and behind me. The mirrors do vibrate with the handlebar. It does get blurry at certain RPMs. The handlebar position is a bit higher compared to a traditional sport bike. You have your typical controls like the turn signals, horn, high beam, kill switch, and so on. The fuel tank holds 3.9 gallons of fuel. It is narrow at the crotch area and helps people with short inseams to put down their feet. The power plant is a 649cc 4-stroke parallel twin with 180-degree crankshaft, dual overhead cams, liquid-cooled engine with 58 horsepower at 7,900 rpm and approximately 42 pound-feet of torque at 6,600 rpm. It's not as powerful as other entries in the segment, but it's plenty power for me when it comes to accelerating quickly and passing vehicles on the freeway. The rear brake is a single 220mm pedal style disc from Nissan. If you are used to firm rear brake feel from American style cruisers, you will find the rear brake on the Z650 pretty mushy. The 6-speed transmission on the bike is smooth. As long as you get the hang of it, upshifting and downshifting in this bike is effortless. With what's called positive neutral finder, you can easily shift from first gear to neutral when the bike is stationary. The bike comes with a pillion seat and passenger footpegs. Nothing special about it. Under it, it is a small compartment with basic tools. I like the stock exhaust on the bike. The exhaust is hidden under the motorcycle, and the exhaust pipe looks small and fits the overstyle of the bike. Lots of people say the exhaust note leaves more to be desired, mainly due to the fact that the engine has a 180-degree crankshaft. I personally enjoy the exhaust note. It has a low grunt, like a Subaru. I think the taillight is attractive. However, the rear turn signals and the fender look cheap to me. Again, with the only $7,000 bike, you should be able to manage your expectations. The front and the back suspension is stiff for me. The front is not adjustable and the back only has preload. I weigh 140 to 150 pounds depending on whether I have breakfast that day. I like having feedback from the road through the handlebars, but my butt is suffering. Lastly, I will summarize the things I like and do not like about the bike. Pro number 1, I like the versatility of the bike. Besides going off-road, I think it is a good bike for commuting, short day trips, and has enough capability to have some fun in the twisties. It also has potential to become a track bike. Pro number 2, it's a budget-friendly bike, and a bike with good value. I got this bike for $7,000 out of the door. Plus, I financed it with first year without interest. Insurance costs are less than that of more powerful bikes. If you treat it gently, it gets great fuel efficiency. A bike twice as expensive is not necessarily twice the fun. Pro number 3, it's approachable. It has low seat height, it has relaxed ergonomics, it has a linear throttle response, and slipper clutch. These are all rookie-friendly features. However, there are also cons. Con number 1, the bike is a budget bike, and it shows. From accessories from the factory to the fit and finish of the bike, you can see signs of cost cutting. Con number 2, engine vibration. When the engine speed reaches 4000 rpm and 5500 rpm, the engine vibrates quite a bit, so much so that the mirrors look fuzzy. Con number 3, the fuel gauge is overly conservative. The fuel gauge starts to flash at me when the fuel gets below around 2 gallons, which is only 50% of the fuel capacity. And that's my thoughts after riding 4,500 miles with this bike. I hope this information helps you with your decision.